Clinton Jaws. Just thought of something morbid. And let me try to tell the short story. It's just a short story, guys. But I'll try not to make it morbid. I took my kid to hockey today. Maybe I'll tell it with a smile. No, I can't do that. I took my child, my 12-year-old, to hockey this morning, and I'm driving back. I'm driving back home, and I don't know. Do gross things enter your head? Gross things enter my head. I start thinking about like bad thoughts, like from when I was just from life. Doesn't have to be police officer life. And I don't know why they pop into my mind, but they do. And so I started thinking. And maybe it was because my kids are the same age. I don't know why it popped into my head, but it popped into my head. And I'm driving up the road and I'm thinking about the time back in Duncan. It was like 2002. And we go to this call. The call, husband and wife, they got kids. Yeah, that existed back then, okay? A husband and wife were still together with children. And we go there, and the call is refuse to leave. The wife wants the husband out. So we walk in. She lets us in. We go into the house. Darren, it's three of us, and I was brand new. I was a recruit. I was brand new. And Darren and Kevin are talking to the husband in a narrow hallway, in a hallway of a house. And they're telling him that he has to leave, but he ain't leaving. He doesn't want to leave. And they go hands on. All of a sudden, they're hands on, just like that. They're hands on with this guy. And they're taking him to the ground, and they're having a tough time. But they're doing it. And the kids, there was two kids that are my kids' age. Let's say 11 and 12. That's what I remember. And they're in the hallway, and they hate our guts. You know, they're swearing at us, and I can't believe these words are coming out of these kids' mouths. And they're watching their dad be arrested. Fruit flies. And that moment popped in my head. Looking at the kid, his face, and how devastated he was, how traumatic it was for him to watch the police try to put handcuffs on him. And the guy was a total a-hole, right? Putting on a show. What really grossed me out was the dad didn't care how much trauma he was causing his children. And I'll never forget that moment. The moment of seeing the kid's face, and the moment of, there you are. The moment of seeing, fruit fly threw me off. Why'd I tell that story? Guys, I don't know. Know your authorities. This is what happened. You can't just go into somebody's house and arrest them. Just because he has every right to be at that house. Even though the wife is saying, he's refusing to leave, I don't want him here. Oh, well, then you leave. He has every right to be in that house. And when you go in as police officers and you take somebody out of their own home, you better know your authority. What authority did you have? And this is what happened. So Gail calls us up. No, we call her up. And we're like, hey, Gail, yeah, we got him in the back seat. We're taking him back. And she says to Darren and Kevin, what'd you arrest him for? Okay, it's an old story. I don't really remember everything about it, but we were like, ooh, what? Well, he wouldn't leave. We had no authority to take him out of his own home. And that's where we didn't get in trouble, but we could have got in big trouble. You know what saved us? He had a warrant out of Alberta. So we were able to justify it that way. Well, he had a warrant for his arrest out of Alberta, which is nothing because he's in BC and Alberta's not going to enforce the warrant. Alberta doesn't want him back. He's had this warrant for years. You're going to police. I remember times It is so important to know your authority. A 911 call comes in, right? You have to check on some kids. You're basically allowed to enter, but what's your authority? After, so many years of being a police officer, I just knew what I could do. I didn't even really understand. I didn't even know the authority. Authority, who cares? I know I can do it. It's 911. I'm going in. I'm checking every room. But what's my authority to do that? You guys need to know your authorities because there's going to be a dumb dick boss come up to you one day. And he's going to say, what was your authority to go into that premises? And you're going to look like a real idiot if you don't know what your authorities are. I guess that's the point of the story. Know your authorities. I was at my dad's house the other night. My mom lives there too. Okay. And he's like, will you stop sucking on your cigar like a soother? He started doing that, making fun of me. I guess I'm doing it wrong. I guess I'm supposed to use teeth. I don't know. Here's the problem with my channel, guys. I do long videos. I get punished for the long videos. No, when I'm on YouTube and let's say I want to see something like Putin. Putin says he's gonna use some nukes, and the video's 58 minutes long. I'm not gonna click on it. But if the video is 5 minutes long, maybe 8 minutes long, I'm gonna click on it. So when I do the long videos, only you guys are clicking on it. Nobody. I don't blame people for not clicking on a 58-minute video or an hour-long video, even though I love doing long videos. What podcasters do is they create a second channel, and I can't imagine creating a second channel, but I have created a second channel. And the only way it's going to work is if you guys subscribe to that second channel. When I do a long podcast, I want to break things up, and I don't want to put it on my channel. I want to put it on the second channel. Because I don't think I can put it on my channel, even though I have been, but I don't want it that way. I want a second channel for 5-minute clips, 6-minute clips, 8-minute clips. So will you guys please, I know. It's taken me so long to get 3,500 subscribers, and I can't expect you to go to my second channel and subscribe to that. It is so difficult to get people to subscribe to my channel. 50% of people that watch it haven't subscribed to my channel. And subscribers are so important. They just are. I don't care what anybody says, they just are. So I got a second channel. What's the name of it? It's called Jaws Short Clips. That is a dumb name. Okay. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Or you can Google it in YouTube. I can't call it Jaws Short. I can't believe I called it that. Jaws Short Clips? Let's just call it Jaws Clips. Okay? Punch in Jaws Clips and subscribe to it. Now I got it. There's 25 subscribers. I just posted a video today, and I got 0 views. This is how difficult it is creating channels. And there was fireworks. It said, good job. Your ranking is number 1. 0 views. What are you talking about, YouTube? It is going to take me forever to get to 1,000 subscribers on that channel. Anyways, I feel like I shouldn't have told that story about that kid. His face pops in my head every now and then on how devastated he was to see. And it wasn't our fault, really. I mean, it's just dumbass parents, right? They can't get it together. Okay, I got a message. I don't usually do this. I got this Instagram thing that I sometimes use. And somebody sent me a message from Depot. A cadet. A guy that's trying to become a police officer. I'm just going to read a couple of sentences from it, okay? By the way, this Instagram, it's bad stuff. There is whoa. I'm not going to say it, but the girls on it? Man, you could go down a wormhole in that one, can't you? That's bad. He's saying that his troop is about 2 weeks away from graduation, okay? And you don't know the large scale of people you reach. I don't. But apparently I am. I don't know. One of my troop mates has become one of my best friends. He plays your videos. When I walk into the bathroom in the morning while he's shaving, he's listening to my videos while he's watching me, playing my videos while he's shaving. And he's like, I just think you should know. Every video you post, we watch. And it's a huge part. So you have been a huge part of our depot experience over the last 6 months. So thank you. And I thought, that's awesome. How great is that? It's just great. Then I started thinking. And so I replied to him something stupid, and I'm sorry. I'm like, don't be a prick when you graduate. Something dumb like that. I don't know. And you're probably thinking, what the hell does that mean? This is the thing. Like, I get messages from you guys, and it brings me back. The best version of yourself right now is right. How do I say it? You're the best version of yourself right now at Depot. You're the best person you could possibly be right now. When I was in Depot, the best version of me was at Depot. There was 2 careers. Okay? It was Depot, where I had a lot of morals, and I was a good person and happy. Hold the door open for people, and how you doing, sir? And hi, corporal. Then you become a cop and you become a prick. I think. I know I wish I could you need to take that best version of yourself to your detachment. And when you're sitting there, don't listen. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my first day and just seeing everybody, how down they were. They have the weight of the world on their shoulders. And I was like, what? I thought it was going to be a continuation of Depot, of Police Academy. But you become bitter, and you can't become bitter. You can't do that to yourself. I became bitter. I was mad at the paint on the walls in Duncan. I couldn't stand the color of the paint. You start complaining about everything, and you start believing what everybody's saying. It starts getting gross. I remember, and I don't know if I'm making sense, but I wish I could go back. I think everybody needs a break. Like, I took a break. I could go back, and I'd be 100% better. But I remember being in a gas station buying the kids cigarettes because they were out of cigarettes. And I'm in the lineup. And I'm not even looking at people. They're all looking at me though. They're all looking at you. Just so you know, they're all looking at you. But I'm not looking at them. I don't got time to smile back at them, right? Like an idiot. And I remember I'm just in my own little world, my own little mind. And I do one of these because life was not going well for me. I'm just like, and a lady who I didn't even know was looking at me goes, oh, you got a lot on your mind, don't you? I'm like, what? I just seen what you did there. And I'm like, whoa. I do. I should have went into that store and said hi to everybody. I should have been jolly. You got to be jolly. Oh man, I shouldn't tell this story, but I'm gonna tell this story. I need a drink first. And it's really about a story. You know what, guys? I have this YouTube channel, and I feel like a bit of a... There's so many stories I want to tell you. But honestly, if I tell all my bad stories, you know, there's great stories, but if I tell all my bad stories, guess what? You're the problem. Because that's what you're going to think. I know I would. You can't have that many difficulties with people and you're not the problem. You have to be the problem. But you know what? I'll never say I was the problem. No matter what. I'm not going to say it. No way was I the problem. Absolutely not. I'm not going to do it. I mean, part of me wants me to sit here and goes, yeah, okay, I was the problem. I take partial blame. No, I don't. But if I sit here and I tell you all my stories, all the bad stories of the a-hole supervisors that, just jerks, not even supervisors that I worked with, I'm going to look like I'm the problem. So I hold back and I don't tell the stories. Because it's too unbelievable. There's no way you could. People believe what they hear. You're going to get out of depot. You're going to hear something about me. Got to be human nature. You're going to believe it. What? Really? Isn't it funny how we do that? I remember being at the police station. We're doing briefing, and we found out this guy named Todd is coming back. He's coming to our to mission, the detachment. And one guy went, "Oh, no, not that guy." And everybody's like, what? What are we talking about? "Oh, he's an a-hole. He doesn't do nothing. He's a piece of... blah, blah, blah." Everybody was convinced that this guy coming to mission was an a-hole. Because you believe what you hear. It's unbelievable. I didn't. I told him after. I said, "Dude, you got to give the guy a chance. Let me find out if he is or not. I don't need you in the background. We don't need you telling us, giving us the dirt about this guy. That's your version. Don't believe people when they talk about other people." So I'm in 7-Eleven. I'm 3 days before quitting the RCMP, okay? I shouldn't tell this story. I wonder if I have already. I'm already angry. You know what? I'm going to have a cigarette if I'm going to tell this story. Okay, calm down, dude. I'm 3 days away from retirement, and I'm just like, I'm done. I'm getting done, okay? In my mind, I'm getting done. And I'm not saying people are going to be like me, but I go into 7-Eleven, and I got to buy more cigarettes for the kids, okay? I got my uniform on, and there's a hell of a lineup. And I love these 7-Eleven clerks. I do. I've loved them ever since I was in college when I took criminology in Malaspina. Me and Andy used to always talk about people who are mean to the clerks drove me crazy. They're getting paid $2.50 an hour, and they're serving you. They have the worst job in the entire world. I don't care what anybody says. And so there's a massive lineup. It's all the way to the back of the store. And I finally get up to the front. In uni. Looking good. And there's a sign on the table. There's a sign on the counter that says, if you don't look like you're 100 years old, you need to, something like that. You need to provide your identification. I kind of see it in the corner. And so I say, 2 packs Export A, king size smooth, please, and or Export A, whatever it was back then. And she gets me the cigarettes. I'm about to pay. There's a crackhead right beside me in the lineup. Blows up at this clerk. Ugh. What, you're gonna ID me? And you're not gonna ID him? Look what the sign says. Do your job. You're not doing your job. Just because he's a police officer? And I'm like, I'm saying something. I don't care. I don't care. And I said, who are you? Who are you? And I'm thinking in my head, you're a crackhead. You're nothing but a crackhead. I said, you don't talk to her like that. She's working her ass off. And she knows. She's smart. She knows that cops need to be at least 19 years old. So shut up. I was a little bit worried on how I treated the crackhead, but it felt good. And it made me angry. 2 days later, I'm in the GD pit, and my watch says to me, hey, did you see what they wrote on? Was that you, Clint? Did you see what they wrote on AV Chatterbox. You know what AV Chatterbox is in Port Alberni? There's like 17,000 people that live in Port Alberni. There's 30,000 people that belong to AV Chatterbox. Something like that is crazy. Everybody in town belongs to AV Chatterbox, and all they do is complain about Port Alberni. I made it on AV Chatterbox. Somebody wrote something about me. I'll bring it up maybe. Maybe I'll show a short clip of it. I don't know why I'm yelling. I don't know why I come down here and I yell. I don't mean to. A cop in 7-Eleven today was purchasing cigarettes. The worker, only doing her job, asks for his ID because, well, he obviously looked under 100 years old. It's still up there, guys. The cop got upset and says something along the lines of, I'm a cop. Do you know how old you have to be to become one? There was more than that that was said. More than that. That's all I remember. You don't remember crack shit. You dumb. That's all I remember because I was mind blown. He talked to someone only doing their job like that while he was working. LOL, lol. Can't stand that. He seemed so upset about it. She was only doing her job. Who cares if you're a cop? Show your ID like everyone else has to at 7-Eleven or go buy your smokes from another store. Cry face, cry face. 208 comments. Everybody in Port Alberni believed her. My inspector believed her. You couldn't be farther from the effing truth. Good for you. Wearing a uniform doesn't make one god. He shouldn't be buying smokes for his personal habit when on the clock. It was before shift, dummy. Like, he should be pleased he's doing a good job. It just goes on and on, guys. There's so many comments. Human behavior, right? It's funny. They all believed it. I wrote back, by the way. I wrote back. One guy said, oh, this shit's getting real. And I deleted it after. I should have kept it up there. But after a day, I deleted it. I retire, okay? I quit. I pull my health records. And there's my inspector. On an email. When you guys pull your health records, you get to read these emails. And there's my inspector. Saying that I was causing a ruckus in 7-Eleven. I didn't even know he knew about it. He never talked to me about it at all. But he told a lot of people that I was having a problem in 7-Eleven, that I was the problem in 7-Eleven. He believed every word that this moron said. Because that's what we do. A lot of people read what this inspector wrote about me. And I never ever got the chance to confront him about it. That picks at me. That bugs me. Just because somebody says this stuff, it doesn't make it true. Just because a complainant calls the police and says, I need my husband removed, doesn't make it so. Or a complainant. I remember going to a house and they were complaining about their neighbors. And we had to meet with the complainant first. And they were giving all the reasons why their neighbor was so terrible. And I said, you're completely wasting my time. You have no complaint. I'm not following up on it. And I'm not talking to your neighbor. It's dumb. Just because people complain doesn't make them right. People just love talking bad about people. And they believe it. The listener believes it. I don't know why I went from a road of don't be a prick when you become a cop to me talking about AV Chatterbox and pulling your health records to see what your inspector thinks about you and talks about. I don't know. Stupid. So dumb. So dumb. I just like to take that inspector. You moron. I was sticking up for the clerk. I was giving it to the crackhead, you dummy. How can you be so stupid? Idiot. Senseless. You're senseless. You're a moron. You're the prick. I don't know, guys. Just don't believe what you hear. Especially about other members. People want to ruin reputations of police officers. I've seen it. I've seen it for 20 years. That's what they want to do. Especially good ones. You know why also they do it? Because they're scared. My inspector was scared of me. He was scared what I was going to do. So he wanted to paint a bad picture. I know it sounds dumb. Right? Oh, yeah, right, Clint. Come on, man. You know you're the problem. Right? No. No. Not even close. When you don't micromanage them, they're upset if you don't micromanage them. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I mean, I look at my wife doing her job. I mean, we talked for 4 hours the other night about her job. And the similarities. Yeah, keep on barking. Yeah. No, a few more times. Worst job in the world is being a corporal watch commander, guaranteed. Even though it's supposed to be the best job. The easiest, the best job in the world is being an acting watch commander. Because you're an actor. Yeah. So I'm going to edit this part because there's a lot of barking going on in the background. And by the way, do you want to see a god? I'll show you a god. Canada, have you been a little embarrassed lately? I've been a little embarrassed being Canadian, living in Canada. We got a teacher going to school with fake hoots. She didn't even get breast implants. She strapped on fake balls around her neck and her waist and her body. Went to school to teach kids, trying to do some woodworking, teaching kids with these goofy tits. Now, is that not embarrassing, Canada? A little bit, right? She has a right to do that. She has a right to be mentally ill. We got to allow that. Our children have to see this dumb, goofy shit. And then you got the most powerful, one of the most powerful men in the entire world, singing and dancing. Easy come, easy go. Like really giving her. Easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. With his little shoulders and getting in there like a drama teacher. Easy come, easy go. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Little high, little low. Why are you embarrassing me as a Canadian? I'm embarrassed. Completely embarrassed that you're my prime minister. You fool. You're a complete jackass. How many times are you going to make us look so stupid? How do we rebound? How does Canada rebound from that? And then I see this. I see the mounted police leading the most important funeral in climate history. The lead. It put chills down my spine. I thought it was awesome. And I'm like, yes. It proves we're not racist. It proves we're good. These 4 cops are cleaning up the broken pieces left behind from Lucky. And when I looked at those 4 cops, like every other cop looked at them, that's my jersey. That's what they were wearing. That was me on the horse. That's how I felt. And that's how every cop that wears that, that's what they thought. And I thought, that's awesome. That's something to be proud of. It puts us back on top, guys. It puts every police officer in Canada back on top. You can't touch us. This is how good we are. This was the Queen's idea before she died. RCMP in the front. Leading my coffin. Her idea. That is a big deal, even though nobody's really talking about it. Kind of. but not really. Why do you want to be a Mountie? Well, that might be why. Like, really? Come on. Awesome. And thanks for doing that. And they rode the horses. The Queen's horses. I don't know. You got to be some kind of weirdo to not feel proud in that moment. I did. I felt extremely proud and I love it. Good job. Step aside, Lucky. We got this. That's what they said. Systemic racism? My ass. Come on. 4 racist cops on horseback? No. No. Proves there isn't racism. Must have just drove people crazy. Well, how can we call them racist now? They're leading the Queen's funeral? The most important funeral in the world? They're leading it? We're going to have to wait a couple more months now. Let's take a couple of calls. Let's take a couple of calls, guys.
Hey, Clint. City Cop Jason calling you.
City Cop Jason. I already said this before. When you create a YouTube channel, you're going to call it City Cop Jason. Because that's just a kick-ass name for a YouTube channel. City Cop Jason. You're going to struggle for the first year. You're going to wonder why you only have 11 subscribers. And then you're going to quit, but you shouldn't. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, thanks for calling. What up?
I just called a few minutes ago, left another message.
Yeah.
You know, I like to leave you various topics to chat about because I
love
love
it.
the show. This one might be closer to Halloween. Maybe you want to keep this one in your back pocket. Have you had...
It's October 1st. Are we close to Halloween? I say so.
Any paranormal experiences?
Let me rewind that part.
Have you had any paranormal experiences as a cop? I thought maybe I was a little bit wacko, but for some of the incidents that I've seen in my own career. But apparently...
You're wacko.
In chatting with other cops, there's a few weird things that we happen to see on our job, usually
Like what?
on night shifts, I think, but just we can't quite explain away. I'm wondering if you had anything like that. I have a very cool picture of a ghost of a little boy in the back of my police car.
I don't believe that for 1 second.
I actually chatted with a psychic about it, and I even had
Creepy.
had an opportunity to speak with who I believe was the parent of this little boy, involved in an incident, and showed her the picture, said, am I delusional? Do you not see this picture of what I believe to be your little boy? And as soon as she saw it, she said, yes, that is my little boy. Can't believe I got a cool photo of it.
Well, she's nuts too.
I will send it to you. But please don't, I don't think you have my real info anyway, but please don't share that. But you can share the photo if you want. It's just kind of a cool photo.
Don't share
what? If you had any paranormal experience.
What are you
I got
talking-
a cool
Sorry.
photo of it. I will send a picture of what I wonder if you had any paranormal experience.
Okay, I don't know what you're just telling me now. Can I not share this phone call? I don't know what you're saying. Okay, so in the message he says, "Please don't share this," and I don't know what he's talking about. But I'm gonna share the voice call because you're not making any sense. Please don't share what? I'm gonna tell you my story. Yeah, I have. Okay, I have. I need a nude. About to lose 17 subscribers. It's about 5:30 in the afternoon. Me and Kevin Flood were going to a call. Okay, 5:36 might be 7:38. I can't remember. But we're in Duncan. We're going to a call, and the call is, guy's not doing well. He's seeing things. Okay, his wife smacked him in his hand in bed. His wife's dead. Smacked him in the hand. Because he was smoking in the bed. He knows he's not allowed to smoke in the bed, and she just smacks his hand. So we pull up, me and Kevin, we know we have to apprehend him, basically. Hopefully he comes voluntarily to the hospital, and we get him checked out. That's how you conclude those files. And we walk into the house. And he starts telling us, like, yeah, I'm in the bed, and she smacked me in the hand because I was smoking a cigarette. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't high. He wasn't anything like that. And he points to a plant that's in his living room. And he goes, and then a cat appeared out of the plant box, jumped out of the plant box, and ran down the hallway. And we're like, dude, okay. And I'm just looking at this guy. I'm studying this guy. Like, he really believes this stuff. And he says, I've got this gift. My whole family has the gift. It runs in the family. And we're like, okay. This was the weird part. He wanted to prove it to us. Not just prove it to us. He wanted to see something in front of us. So then we can say, no, we don't see what you see. And then that would tell him, okay, maybe I am crazy. Maybe there is something wrong with me. So he asked us. He said, will you come into my bedroom and look at the bed? Just stare at the bed for a bit. It's about 40% light in the bedroom, okay? It's dark. It's pretty dark. But you can see everything in the bedroom. And we go into the bedroom. And we're standing by the door. We're inside the bedroom. And there's this bed. It's got a bunch of blankets on it. They're all roughly, okay? You could tell that somebody just got up from sleeping in the bed. And it's me, it's Kevin, and it's Crazy Man. And he goes, will you guys do me a favor? And we will do anything. We'll do anything to get a guy up to the hospital voluntarily, so we don't have to put handcuffs on him. We don't have to arrest him. And he goes, will you guys do me a favor? Just stare at the bed for a minute. Can you just stare at the bed for a minute? And me and Kevin are like, yeah, we can do that for you. And so there we are, all three of us. We're staring at the bed. Look at the bed, okay? Nobody's saying a word. We're looking at the bed. And I see the bed shake. I see the blankets move and jump. And I looked at Kevin. Kevin's still looking at the bed. And the guy, right at that moment, said, did you see that? And I look at Kevin. Kevin's not doing anything. Because I was going to go, yeah, I did. I looked at him. Because I wanted to say, dude, I just seen it. Did you see it? You must have seen it. Clear as day I seen it. And when I seen it, Crazy Man said, did you see that? Yep. 100% seen it. But I didn't let on that I seen it. And Kevin didn't either. Kevin's just like, So we convince him to go up to the hospital. Kevin takes him up to the hospital. And I'm sitting in the driveway. And they got a huge window with the drapes pulled open. And as I'm backing out, there's an old lady at the window waving at me. Okay, I made that part up. Okay, that was phony, the last part. But I'm telling you that I seen his bed move. I seen his blankets jump. And when I seen it, it was right when he said, did you see that? 2 years later, and me and Kevin never talked about it. It's got to be about 2:30 in the morning, 3:30, maybe 4:30 in the morning. We're in the GD pit. And finally, I bring it up. I'm like, Kevin, I think I bring it up to everybody. Because to this day, I can't get that moment out of my head. And I'm like, man, when he said, I tell the whole watch the story. Kevin's there. And I said, when he said, did you see that? You want to know something, Kevin? I did see it. Kevin turns to me and goes, so did I. That's my story. Creepy. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? I don't know. I didn't want to say anything. You should have told me. It's funny. We apprehended a guy. We wouldn't tell him that we seen it. You're not crazy. Okay. But we apprehended you anyways. Oh my God. That's funny. There's no way we were going to admit it to each other. I remember the house. I remember the window. I remember his bedroom. I remember the plant. I remember everything about that call. Scared the living hell out of me. Yeah, you're not nuts. Oh, thanks, City Cop Jason, for that. Oh, yeah.
Hi, Clint. Love the show. I think you're doing awesome work. Former auxiliary constable calling.
Word up, dude. Love auxiliary constables. Well, a couple of you. Jamie Nukes, whatever his name was. He was a great guy. There's a lot of good auxiliary constables. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it. Guys, will you call the goddamn hotline? 604-330-2512. Ask me anything. I don't say that enough. 604-330-2512.
Constable calling. I just wanted to know on your last podcast if you could do a segment on what top things for getting in trouble from detachment commanders, and possibly stories of your best scraps or fights that you were in during your time in the force. Keep up the awesome work and keep the videos coming. Loving them, doing awesome work. Take care. Bye.
Word up, dude, and thanks for calling. I haven't had too many scraps, to tell you the truth. I didn't care how long it took me to get somebody in the back of my patrol car. I would talk to them forever. I never once used my pepper spray on my baton. Other members did, right in my face. I didn't care. I was never in a rush. I would do anything to avoid the scraps. But I do remember a scrap in Langley in 2007. And it was a bar brawl at the Shark Club. Do they still have the Shark Club on, what is it, 88th? And you know what's funny? No, I'll tell that later. I go into the bar. Some bouncer comes out. I'm standing outside the bar. And Vancouver, why do I think the Vancouver Police Department was in the parking lot? Like 15 of them. They were like a gang patrol kind of thing. And I might have that wrong, but I think it's the Vancouver. And the bouncer says, "Bar brawl, help us out." And I run in, and the bar was brawling like it was. I was like, whoa. I immediately run out, and I yell to the Vancouver cops. I'm like, help us out now. I was the only RCMP member up in the parking lot that night. And I run back in. I immediately run back in because I thought, well, that looked like you're a wuss that you ran out. But what am I going to do? Take on the bar? So I run back in and I grab onto this guy and we start fighting and I take him down to the ground. We get everybody out and all the Vancouver police, they all have their batons out and they're like, you guys are going to get it. We're all outside in the parking lot. We arrested something like 10 people. And I broke a rib. Doctor said I didn't go to the doctor, but I went to Chilliwack to do my pair test. And he's doing a thing on me. And he does this. And I said, yeah, I got in a bar brawl I was breaking up a bar brawl in Langley. And he goes, you can't do the pair test. You got a broken rib. Took me off work. And then I had to go to the doctor and go, I don't need to be on light duties, okay? I couldn't stand light duties. So it was a couple hours I was on light duties. And I lied and I said my rib wasn't broken. Anyways, I seen the video. We pulled the video of the bar brawl, and it shows me taking this guy to the ground and fighting this guy and looking pretty damn good. Little old me. And my supervisor was watching the video with me, and he goes, Clint, whoa. And I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. I wish I had a copy of that video. Another scrap. You know what? This is not even interesting. I'm in Duncan. I'm on the highway. I'm at like a gas station on the highway, and I arrest Fred Harold for something. He's drunker than a skunk. I put the handcuffs on him in the parking lot. The moment I put the handcuffs on him, he takes off running towards the highway. The strip that goes down Duncan, you know that nasty strip of all the traffic? He's running towards the highway with handcuffs on. And I chase after him, and I'm like, you can't if you hit the highway, man, you're dead. And right at the highway, I jump in the air like I'm trying to catch a ball. And I jump in the air for him, and the only thing I get is his two ankles. And he just, boom, hits the ground. And then Pompeo came as backup. And then he seen me on top of this guy. And that's really the only... I mean, there was little skirmishes and stuff like that, but... What's about the... I don't know, that's the only thing that comes to the top of my mind. Thanks for your call. What else did you want? Top things I get in trouble... I'm going to do a story on that. Top things I get in... You get in trouble for as a police officer? I'll do that. I could think of one right off the top of my mind. Top of my head. And that was, guys... You need to shut off your vehicles. You pull in. You're done a call. You go back to the detachment for, I don't know, something to eat, some files to work on. You like to leave your car on. You especially like to leave your car on in the summer with the air conditioning on. Because you know you're going to have to go back out to your car. You're going to get a call, and you're going to have to jump into that hot car. And you don't want to jump into the car with your computer not on. You want your computer on. What keeps the computer on? The car being on. It's so dumb. I don't know if they fixed that. But our computers would die after 30 minutes. And then you jump in the car, you wouldn't know where you were going because we relied on GPS. So we always kept our car going, but you need to stop. That was a big thing. Stop leaving your car on. You're killing the car. You're wasting gas. And I remember towards the end of my career, we were all cops were like, shut up. Really? You're going to worry about that? Like, don't sweat the small things. Leave us alone. Let us do our job. But I remember a constable who was a mechanic. He was a mechanic. He used to be a mechanic before he became a cop. And he told the bigwigs that we should definitely not have our cars on. They shouldn't be running. It wrecks the engines. And I said to him, and I probably shouldn't have, now that I think of it. So why would you do that? We don't care that we're wrecking the engines. Like, really? Why would you go to management and tell them that? Because management sent out an entire email about this constable used to be a mechanic, proving that it wrecks the vehicles. Another thing was tickets. You got to write tickets. Go write tickets. We need more tickets. Every police station that I worked at, the bigwigs want us to write tickets. Get out there. Can you promise me 4 tickets a block, 10 tickets a block? I don't think it's too much to ask for 12 tickets a block. And I always thought, why? And I never did it. Why don't we have a traffic section? Highway patrol? Traffic? Why do you want me to write tickets? I'm not going to encourage my group to write tickets. Why, though? Why do you want me to write tickets? Because it makes them look good. Every boss, every inspector, staff sergeant makes them look good. if you've convinced the entire police station to write tickets? They could have put it down on their resume. This is what I did. We increased our tickets by this amount. This is how much I've made the city or whatever. I don't even know how it works. Stupid. Let me respond to calls. Because I got a job to do, and that's responding to calls. There's not enough people on the watches. We're down again. We're at minimums again. You want me to write tickets, dummy? Put 4 more people on the watch. If you want us to be that proactive, then do that. And then maybe I'll write your stupid tickets. That drove me nuts. And I'm going to do a whole video on that. There isn't too many batteries. I'm going to buy more batteries? That was so stupid. They used to lock up the batteries. Like, with a little lock and a key. If it's night shift, you got no batteries, you're screwed. You had to go buy them yourself. Got no batteries. Clint, you got any batteries? Nope. No. They're protecting the batteries. Like, could you imagine protecting the batteries? Stupid. So dumb. I think that's it. I don't know if I want to. I'm going to put you guys to sleep if I play this one.
Good morning, Mr. Jaws. I just want to say thank you very much for all the videos you've posted lately.
You're welcome, chappy. He's Irish.
Been harvesting now, so I got your videos downloaded every night.
He's harvesting, guys. He's a harvester.
Every night, ready for the next.
Thank you for your service, you little harvester.
Every night, ready for the next day, and just been getting a kick out of them. So.
And thanks for downloading my vids.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I've got under 2 years to apply now, so I'm looking forward to.
Don't know what you said there. I got another 2 years to apply now. So I don't know what you said there. I love your accent.
Years to apply now, so I'm looking forward to starting the process. And, getting everything ready and.
Getting everything. You're going to start the process. You're going to get everything ready. What you need to do is you got to get all your ducks in a row. I don't know why I said that. Somebody said that to me once. I think it was recruiting. Clint, we're just putting all ducks in a row, okay? And we're waiting for final signatures. It's downstairs being read.
Luckily, I made some friends with police officers here, so they've been helping me out with.
Okay, what'd you just say there? No, you didn't.
Luckily, I made some friends with police officers.
Luckily?
Luckily, I made some friends with police officers here, so they've been helping me out.
You did not make friends with police officers there, okay? Police are not going to be friends with you. I feel like you made up that story. I can't bug the callers because then you're not going to call 604-330-2512. It's hard to believe that police have become friends with you because we're such dicks. We always hang out with other police officers. I didn't. Maybe that's what happened to me. Maybe that's why I quit. But okay, if you really did make friends with friends, you're going to their barbecues? I don't know. But if you are, that's nice.
With what to do and how to get my life ready and stuff. So looking forward to sending that first application. But yeah, just want to say thank you very much for all the videos you're posting and keep up the good work. And hopefully see more in the future here. And I'm enjoying the long videos. They keep me entertained a lot here while I'm sitting harvesting and getting fat all day here. So yeah, thank you.
This is because you're on a machine and you're getting fat harvesting. You like the long videos. I like doing them too, but I get punished. That's why I only have 3,500 subscribers. How about you subscribe to my short clippy thingy? How about that?
Thank you very much, sir. Yeah. Good day. Bye.
Good day. Thanks, dude. Good call. Pumping my tires. Let's end it. Every time I finish these things, I'm like, what did you even talk about, Clint? Did it even make sense? Was it dumb? Was it stupid? Did you have too many nudes? Now it takes 4 hours to edit this thing, and I'm not complaining. I love doing this. Love it. Got nothing else to do. Thanks for watching. Enjoy, everybody, far and wide. From Cameron Lake to Sprout Lake. From Cherry Creek to Beaver Creek. From Depot, from Saskatchewan to British Columbia. Depot to Langley, British Columbia. Everybody. Civilians, cadets, people who want to become police, people who aren't police. Okay. I guess I'll go upstairs. And, did you know I'm going to Texas? Yeah, I'm going to Texas. Anyways, guys. Thanks for watching. And see you later.
What's that?